Hello guys, TavHD here and welcome back to another video, and today we will be installing an SSD as well as Windows 10 onto this old laptop. Now this is an old Advent laptop, I believe it's about 10 years old. It's a model that was exclusive to Curry's PC World here in the UK, and unfortunately the hard drive in it is showing some issues. I'll turn it on and show you exactly what's happening. Okay, so this is what it says. The Windows boot configuration data file is missing required information. Now that's probably just a Windows problem, and if I did what it says up there, I could probably fix the install that's on here. It's running Windows 7 Home Premium, so maybe in another video we can try and fix this install, but for today we're just going to put an SSD into it and replace the hard drive, so that should make this computer perform quite a bit better in terms of speed. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is remove the battery just in case there's any power in it. I think the battery is actually dead, but since I've just had it turned on it might have some sort of charge in it, so the first thing we'll do is take that out. Now I believe that the hard drive in here is under this little slot here, so I need to get a little screwdriver. Looks like a Phillips head that I'm going to need. Then just take this off and then it should be pretty straightforward. And I just want to say apologies for this setup I've got. I've got this flimsy little wooden table with a picture of a giraffe on it. That's because the desk that I need to do my filming on hasn't arrived from IKEA yet, because apparently it's not in stock, even though it actually is. So yeah, there's some problems going on there, but anyway, this will have to do for now. So I'm going to now get a little screwdriver and we should be able to take this off. Okay, so I'm now just going to unscrew the two screws that are in here. That was fairly simple, just take them out and then this should just come off. And there we go, we can see the hard drive. So it looks like in here we've got a WD blue drive, it's 320 gigabytes, so there's some screws down the side, then this whole metal cage should just come out. Okay, I'm now going to take those two black screws out from in there now. Thankfully they weren't too stuck in. These are smaller than the other two, so I'll keep those separately. And now that those are out, the hard drive just slides right off the connector in there, so that's the SATA interface. So then we can just lift this out, hopefully. It's actually a little bit stuck. There we go, the hard drive is now out. So to install this SSD we're going to have to take the metal casing off this drive. It looks like there's just 4 screws holding it on, 2 on each side, so I can simply undo these. They're a different type of screw again than the other one, so they'll have to stay separate, but this one is on very, very tight and my screwdriver just doesn't have enough grip, so I'll have to go and find another. Okay, I've got good old Henry the screwdriver out now. This one will fit fine for these bigger screws, but I'll have to use the other one for the little screws when it comes time to put them back in. So now I'm just going to take these 4 screws off. Okay, there we go, I took the screws out and the metal case simply slid off, so for now we can take this drive off to the side and I'll revisit it in another video. And now we can put the new SSD into this metal casing. So here's the SSD I've gone with. It's by Drevo. It's 128 gigabytes. This is the one that came in the CEX gaming PC. It was the boot drive in that. But I took that out quite a while ago. I've used this for a couple other things, but it's finally time to put it to good use. I'm going to put it inside this laptop to hopefully try and breathe some new life into it. So what I'm going to do is slide the drive in, making sure the connectors are still accessible, just like that, and now I'll just pop the 4 screws in. Alright, that drive is now in the little cage. It was harder than I thought because this SSD is actually thinner than the hard drive that was in here, so I had to carefully balance the drive inside to manage to get the screws in, but I've done it now and now this can go back into the laptop. Okay, here's the laptop, here is the drive. Now let's try and get this back in. So it's now in that area, push it. Now it has connected onto the SATA connectors, and now I've just got to put these 2 little screws back in. Okay, I've now put the 2 little screws back in, and now we can get the plastic cover, slide that over the top, and now let's put in the other 2 screws. Okay, I've now screwed the cover back on. Let's flip this laptop over, plug it into power, and see how this goes. Okay, the laptop is now plugged into power and I'm going to insert my Windows 10 installation media into one of the USB ports. Sadly, this computer only has USB 2, so the speeds won't be very quick, but there's not really much I can do about that. Alright, so I'm now going to turn the laptop on and just see what it does. I'm not sure what button I need to press to get into the boot menu, but let's just see what happens. Alright, it's doing something. Let's just see if it loads to anything. Okay, let's just press F1, continue that. The fans are spinning up now. It's rebooting. Let's go into F12, which is the multi-boot menu. Let's press that, please wait. The USB is flashing. Okay, so here are our options. It's recognising the Drevo SSD that I've just put in. So we can either choose from the SSD or the USB stick. We're going to go for the USB stick. That's what has our installation media on it. So let's see what happens now. Alright, we've got the Windows 10 logo. So it looks like it is reading this USB stick just fine. Okay, here we are. Windows setup has come up. We want English. Yep, all that's fine. Let's go on to next. And let's go to install now. Okay, I've just clicked that I don't have a product key. Now let's just go for Windows 10 Pro. I probably won't activate this machine, but we'll see how it goes because this might not even work. So let's go with Windows 10 Pro for now, and it is still loading, so hopefully we can install this. So yeah, let's accept the license terms. Next, let's do a custom. We just want to install Windows, and here is our SSD, and it says Windows can't be installed. So let's have a look why. It needs to be of the GPT partition style. So let's go and format that. There is absolutely nothing on it. Let's make sure, yep, that's the right one. Format. Okay. And we still can't install Windows on it, which is interesting. So I guess I'll have to somehow find a way of reformatting this drive, and then once I've done that I can continue with this video whenever that may be, because yeah, it's not letting us do anything onto that. Okay, I am now back. The SSD is now formatted correctly and we can now install Windows on it. So let's make sure the drive is selected. This is indeed the correct drive and it's showing up fine, 120 gigabytes. That's exactly what it should be. So let's go on to next, and now it is going to install Windows. So once it's done that, I'll come back and we can check that it's working fine. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes now and it's just starting to reboot. Seems to be loading Windows 10 just fine so far. That was surprisingly quicker than I thought it would be. Only about 10 minutes off USB 2, that's quite impressive. Okay, here we are. Let's start with region. Is this correct? Yes, we are in the United Kingdom. Yes, that is the correct keyboard layout. Do you want to set up a second keyboard? Nope, let's skip that. Now it wants to connect to a network, and yeah, it's found the right Wi-Fi. Now I'll just enter the password. Okay, so connecting to the Wi-Fi was successful. Now it says that there is some important setting up to do. That was fairly quick as well. So now let's see what's new from Windows. Now this installation media is a couple of months old, so it doesn't have any of the new updates on it, but I'm sure I can update to the latest version just fine when I want to do so. So let's set this up for personal use. Next, sign in with Microsoft. Now let's just make an offline account now. I don't want to sign into my Microsoft account. But we're going to do a limited experience because I don't want to sign in. Who's going to use this? There we go, password. That'll do. Confirm password. There we go, security question. I don't want to do this, do I have to? Yes, I've got to do security questions. Okay, it liked my answers to that. No. Let's not do that. Help from digital assistant. No, I do not particularly want Cortana. I don't really like her. Let's do that. Why not? Location, sure, that might be helpful for maps. Find my device, yeah, let's do that as well. Diagnostics, you know what, let's just do full. If that helps them out in some way, then that's okay. Yep, let's accept that as well. Alright, let's just accept all of this. No, I don't want that. And just a moment. Okay, and now it's saying hi. We're getting everything ready for you. This might take several minutes, so once it comes back on, I will then come back. Alright, here we are on the Windows 10 desktop. Let's see if we can change this resolution because it is looking a little bit low. But of course, right now we probably don't have any drivers, so let's just take a look. Yeah, so we don't have any drivers installed right now, and I'm not sure if the original ones will be compatible with Windows 10, so I guess we'll go into the updates and see if it can find any. Okay, so while this is checking for drivers, let's just make sure that the computer is working fine. So let's just go and check, and here we go. Windows 10 Celeron dual core, 1.9 GHz, 3 GB of RAM. Everything seems to be fine, and it looks like Windows 10 has successfully installed, so I think that that is pretty much it for this video. I'll let it do its updates, and then after that maybe we can do another video on this computer in the future, but for now I think that this is really all I needed to do. So thank you for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.